tough game, obviously tough ground to come to and win at. Great character, great spirit. Started the game a bit too safe, a bit too sloppy, and we've shown great character and spirit to get back into the game, and I think in the end we got the points that we deserved.
A terrific victory for you in the end with some terrific goals, but one was chalked out in the first half. How much did that inspire your team to go on and win the game, that moment where it was ruled out?
A lot, and it was an excellent goal. Absolutely top play, great pass, great movement by Edinson, good finish, and unfortunately referee decided that we are not playing football. Amazed and shocked by if that is a foul, and especially if it takes him 3 minutes to get up from that. I always use the analogy that if that was my son and he gets that from one of his mates and he stays down and he needs 10 other mates to help him up 3 minutes after, he's not going to get food for a few days, because that is embarrassing.
You know, for me it's very difficult to analyze matches with you media tactically, because then tactically you go in the direction of individual qualities, and then I'm always criticized when I try to analyze matches, so I prefer just to be very, very general, and being general is to repeat what I told you before. We lost against a very good team. I don't think we deserve to lose, and I praise my players, and my compliments to United.
First of all, let me tell you something. I'm very, very surprised that after the comments that Ole made on Sonny, you don't ask me about it. Because, and I told Ole already this, because I met him just a few minutes ago. If it's me telling that player A, B or C from another club, if it was my son, I wouldn't give him dinner tonight or something like that. What would be the reaction of that level? It's very, very sad. And I think it's really sad that you don't ask me about it. It's really sad that you don't have the moral honesty to treat me the same way you treat others. In relation to that, I just want to say Sonny is very lucky that his father is a better person than Ole. Because I think a father, I am a father, I think a father, you have always to feed your kids, doesn't matter what they do. If you have to steal to feed your kids, you steal. I'm very, very disappointed. And because with me, like we say in Portugal, bread is bread and cheese is cheese, I told already Ole what I think about his comments. And I have to tell you that I'm very, very disappointed that in 5, 6, 7 questions you ignore the dimension of that comment.
Knowing Jose, still probably hurt losing to United. Let's start with Edinson Cavani. A wonderful display today.
Class, pure class. I can use the words to describe him. I know when you're coming off a Champions League week and we've had the performances of strikers like Mbappe, Haaland, I don't know, when Jermaine does his analysis, he must probably use words like swagger or sauce. So for someone who's more mature, I will say pure class for Cavani's performance today. Just everything about him just showed his experience and, you know, what he takes from the game, his movements, how slight they are. Knows Pogba's going to go in behind, so actually I'm going to be an opposite movement. I'm just going to wait my moment and then explode into spaces which I know that are going to hurt defenders. And that's just his experience in knowing what areas to attack at the right time, knowing that I'm going to hang off defenders because I can't be marked. Once again, they're not huge movements, but when he does make the movements, they are explosive and it's hard to pick up. Once again, we're highlighting him. Not huge movements once again, but waiting for the right moment, picking his moments, and when he does, it's making things for Manchester United tick and be so effective. Pops and leads to the goal right there from Fred. But everything about him, it was just exquisite from start to finish. And I think Manchester United have been missing a player like him for the last couple of seasons. want to highlight this using his experience. Mason Greenwood should have played a ball before, running himself into trouble. He's telling him what to do, teaching younger players around him. I want the ball quicker. 2 minutes later, what does Mason Greenwood do? I listen to the experienced player around me. I put the ball in earlier, get yourself a goal. And that's what experienced and mature players do. Yeah, you educate. And this one frustrated me because I heard the commentator saying, oh, he's nearly scored an own goal. For me, this is not nearly an own goal.
Are you saying this is a clearance?
Yes, it's 2-1, a vital moment in the game, and he's helping his team out. So once again, I say it, pure class from him today.
And look what it means to Cavani as well. And that sort of movement is what we've seen for club and country throughout his career. Come on then, Jermaine, bring some swagger to match of the day too.
Well, if we're talking, I mean, if we're going to be mentioning swagger and sauce, there's only one player to bring to the table, I think, isn't there? It was Paul Pogba. And today he was just sensational. He was on a different planet, I thought. Ran the game from start to finish. He was a player that he just didn't seem to be able to handle. You know, things like this is when you know Paul Pogba's on his game. If you he's so patient, waits his time. He's like, line up Sergio Aurier, let me see you open these legs. There you go. Bosh, straight through there, finds his man. That goal should have stood, and we'll get onto that a little bit later on, but a brilliant bit of play that I think highlighted the mood that Paul Pogba was in. Anytime he gets into these pockets all the time. He was playing at the left, but he was popping up all over the place. And anytime he got tight, he was like, no, get off me. I'll go by you. I'm going to start this attack for the team and get myself forward. Lovely, the skipping by Sergio Aurier, no-look pass. It was just chance created time and time again for players that were running off him. And every time he got on the ball, they came to life. I love this because he's got players around him. This is tight, trust me, it really is. He's in that little bit of space. Most players go, I'll give you this back and we'll just, we'll circulate the ball. Not today. Opening up my face, opening up my body, sorry. See you later, Højbjerg. I'm going to go by you, get us on the attack again. There's a poor ball from Fernandes in the end. And just to top it off, it was just another brilliant bit of play from him that capped off a brilliant display. And when he gets this ball, Højbjerg again, faces him up. I'm going to just show you, I think I might go right. No, chopping onto my left. You can get off me as well, Eric Dyer. I'm too strong for you. And it was just from minute one, I mean, the finish from Greenwood, sensational, but it was a display of a world-class player. For a long period of time, people have been talking about, where's this world-class Paul Pogba? That was a world-class display from a Man United player.
And in that celebration, Mason knows when he's pointing to Paul.
Yeah.
All afternoon, we have talked about this, the Scott McTominay and Heung-min Son as well. First of all, is it a foul for you?
No, it's not even close to a foul at all. As a midfield player, when you go by players, you naturally
There's no intent there.
No, you push your arm out and you're getting ahead. Why, if I'm a midfield player, when I go by someone and I'm running at a back four, am I going to hit someone in the face? We're in huge kind of danger here with VAR and even the referee's point of view, because the issue with me here is, number one, it's not a foul, but the bigger issue is players are almost getting rewarded for that type of situation. Now, I'm not saying that Son shouldn't go down. He's been hit in the face. It might have hurt. I don't know. But for a referee, he's seen the incident happen. He's felt the moment, but he's switched off that part of his experience as a referee. He's gone to a camera and forensically looked at something and gone, well, hand hits face, therefore it's a foul. It's not how.
But he's going to the letter of the law.
But that is what the problem is.
Right.
There is some feel involved in our game.
So
that needs
what
to be
we're saying,
remembered.
maybe, we need more professional footballers going into officiating. Because you've been there. You've been in that position, Alex.
Jermaine just hit the nail on the head there. It's actually feeling the game. He's using his body to actually run to get away from a situation, not hitting someone in the face intentionally. We all know what that looks like. So it's actually using your football knowledge and experience. Yes, we understand being book smart and the rules, but reading the situation of actually what's going on in the game, and that's the danger that we're losing.
Let's go back to Spurs, because they've dropped 18 points from winning positions this season, second only to Brighton, who've thrown away 20 points. Now, all afternoon, you were frustrated watching Spurs, weren't you, Jay?
Yeah, I mean, for a number of reasons, really. But I think when you look at that graphic there, it tells you they've got a negative mindset. That is a team that has gone ahead on numerous occasions, and their first thought in games, and it was clear as day today, you've got one team who wants to win the game in Manchester United, making changes like Mason Greenwood coming onto the pitch, and you've got another team trying not to lose a game of football, making changes like the Celso off and Sissoko on, when you've got players like Bale and Dele Alli on the bench. It's a mindset the team have had all season long, and it's the one that's going to be the reason why they don't get in the Champions League.